Morning, everybody. So today we are going to continue talking about angles and arcs and circles. So what we need to know about this is that a central angle means that the vertex is in the center of the circle. The angle is going to be the same measurement as the arc it creates. So if this is 60, this will also be 60. We need to make sure that we know that there are 360 degrees in a circle. We also need to make sure, remember, major arcs have more than 180 degrees, where minor arcs are less than 180 degrees. Okay. All right, if we look at our example here, so it says in circle R, measure of angle ARB. So this angle right here is 42. AC is a diameter. Find the measurement of angle AB. So the central angle is 42, which means the arc is 42. And then if I want to find the measurement of ACB, that's everything but the 42. So we do 360 minus the 42 to get the leftover of 318. Okay, some examples. So if we want to find the measurement of SCT, okay, so if I want to find that, remember this is a straight line. There are 180 degrees in a straight line. I've already used up 60 and 45. So if I do 180 minus 60 minus 45, okay, it's 120. That's 75. There are 75 degrees left over. So the measure of angle SCT is 75. Okay. The measurement of angle SCU, since I know this one's 75, 75 and 60 gives me 135. SCQ, I notice there's a right angle symbol in here. Starting to get crowded, which means that it is 90 degrees. And I'm going to erase some of this so that I can see a little bit better. If I want to find QCT, it's this angle right here. So this one's 45. These two together right here have to equal 180. If this side's is 45, this one has to be 135. So this whole angle is 60 plus 135, which is 195. Okay. Down here, measure of BOA is 44. So if we want to find the measurement of arc AB, the central angle and the arc are the same. So they're both 44 degrees. BC, so I'm trying to find BC. These two right here have to equal 180 degrees. If I already have 44, this one's got to be 136. If that angle is 136, this arc is also 136. CD, vertical angles. So vertical angles right here, they're going to be congruent to each other. So this has to be 45, which while we're at it, we know this one's going to be 136. Okay. If this angle is 44, CD will also be 44 degrees. ACB, so I need to make sure I'm going the right way. ACB is all of that, everything but the 44. So I'm going to do 180. Nope, I'm not going to do 180. I'm going to do 360 minus the 44 because it's a whole circle except for this little piece. I don't want that little piece. Okay, which gives me 316 degrees. All right, I'm going to erase a little bit more again so I can see what I'm doing. If I want to find BCD, I had 136 and 44, which is 180 degrees. And last but not least, if I have AD, we had already determined the angle was 136. So the arc also has to be 136. Okay. So for the most part, the arc and the angle are the same. Well, all the time the arc and the angle are the same. Remember, straight lines give me 180, and that a full circle is 360 degrees. Okay. So actually finding the length of the arc, we need to remember the formula. So the way that I usually write it is a little bit different than this. So I say degrees over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay. I find that that's a lot easier to solve for. Okay. And that's what we're going to use. It works the same way as this. If this makes sense to you to follow, you can do it. You'll get the same answer both ways. Okay. So it says if the diameter is 24, first of all, if the diameter is 24, my radius is 12. Find the length of each arc given. So first question says find the measure of DE if DOE is 120. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the measure of the arc, which is the measure of the angle, over 360 times 2 times pi times my radius. So we're going to plug that into our calculator. Okay, again, I didn't pull up Desmos. It was up. Must have X'd it out. There it is. Go back to it. Pull it up. Don't do it that way. Sorry. So I'm going to type in 120 over 360 times 2 pi 12. Doesn't tell me how to round it, so I'm going to type it in. I'm just going to round it to the nearest hundredth, so 25.13. Okay. Alright, if I were to do the next one, same idea. Alright, so this time we're finding, oops, sorry, go away. Finding the measurement of arc DEA. Says DOE is still 120. This is 90. So the whole angle right here is 210. So we'll do 210 over 360 times 2 pi times my radius. If we wanted to find an exact measure this time, it didn't tell us what to do. So let's just say we wanted to find an exact measure. We're going to type in everything but the pi symbol to find an exact value. So 14, and then we'll tack on the pi. So notice how I typed in everything but the pi symbol. Okay. When I typed in everything but the pi symbol, I got 14, and then I can bring along pi to get an exact value. Okay. So this time I want to find BC, so this little angle, if COB is 45, so we'll type in 45 over 360 times 2 pi, and my radius is staying 12 all along. Okay. So 45 over 360 times 2 times 12 is 3. And because I didn't type in the pi, I'm just going to bring the pi along. Okay. All right, let's look at the bottom part so we can get a couple examples of that. So find the diameter of this is 15 units long. The diameter is 15. I know my radius is 7.5. And angle SPT, which is right here, is congruent to angle RPT. So these two are congruent to each other. Find the length of each arc for the given measure. Okay, so if I want to find the length of RT, it says SPT is 70. If SPT is 70, so is RPT. So I do 70 over 360 times 2 times pi times my radius. Again, I'm going to keep just plugging it in to get an exact value, so I'm going to leave pi off. I'm going to do 70 over 360 times 2 times 7.5. That one I ended up getting a gross number anyway, so I could leave it like that, or I could tack on pi, because either way I'm going to get a gross number. Oops. So I could say 2.92 pi or 9.16. All right. I'm skipping around. So question 7 says find the measurement of MST. Notice that that is half the circle. If the whole circle is 360 degrees, half the circle, I don't have to do anything. I just know that this is going to be 180 degrees. So 180 over 360 times 2 pi 7.5. Okay, plug it in my calculator. 180 times 2 times 7.5. I'm going to leave it as 7.5 pi. Okay. All right, as you work through these, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. And again, I will be online from 9 to 10 and from 1 to 2 to answer your questions immediately and offer Google Meet. Otherwise, I will reply to your emails as soon as I possibly can.